Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in live to our YouTube stream of today's Highland Hawks baseball game between the Mountain Pointe Pride and your Hawks. The last time these two teams met, it was a slugfest, a 16-9 victory for the Hawks. And Mountain Pointe looks to strike back for some revenge. They'll have some help today. Their first baseman, Ethan Long, was inactive against the Hawks the first time out. They have him hitting fourth today. And let's meet the starting lineup for the Pride. Leading off playing third base is Johnny Weaver. Center fielder Nick Wallerstedt hits second. Carson Tucker, the shortstop, hits third. Ethan Long, the right fielder, hits fourth. Jacob McKeon, first baseman, hits fifth. Sebastian Slice, the second baseman, hits sixth. Seventh is the pitcher Connor Murphy. Eighth is the catcher Andrew Collins. And batting ninth is the left fielder Joel Adamson. And now Johnny Weaver stepping in the box as we are ready to get underway. Adam Gonzalez, the arm on the mound today for the Hawks. Weaver quickly grounds one right up the middle for a base knock. And now it is the center fielder Nick Wallerstedt. Wallerstedt also played center field, pitched a little bit in the meeting a couple of weeks back in Ahwatukee. Gonzalez sets and is ready to go. Wallerstedt squares around a bunt. It's up the third base line, but foul. And while we have the time, let's meet the defensive alignment for the Hawks. Similar to yesterday's ball game, Connor Cullimore out in left field, Alec Deaton in center, and Dakota Thornton in right. From third to first, it's Lucas Hamza and Connor Webster on the left side at third and short, respectively. At second base, it's Caleb Herbert, and first base is Trey Cutchin. Tanner Score does the catching for Adam Gonzalez. Gonzalez steps off and throws over. For Adam Gonzalez this season, he's a senior this year. 4.85 ERA, a 1-0 record. And he's appeared in 4 games. Runner takes off. Wallerstedt squared around a bunt but pulled back, and Weaver is into second without a throw. So stolen base there for Johnny Weaver. And all of a sudden the Pride are threatening with a man in scoring position and nobody out. Count is 1-1 to Nick Wallerstedt. Gonzalez patient on the mound, the pitch. It's low and away, ball 2. Wallerstedt in the last meeting between the Pride and the Hawks. 2 hits, a double, and a single. Scored twice, but otherwise he was 2 for 3 on the game. 2 for 5, excuse me. That was definitely one of the longer games we've had this season. A game in which Hawks pitcher Ethan Caudillo started. Had trouble getting out of the first inning, gave up some runs as Wallerstedt fouls one off the right side. Caudillo was replaced by Kyle Conway. Conway started 2 days ago against Desert Ridge. He had the same issues on Tuesday that Caudillo had against Mountain Pointe. But in that game against Mountain Pointe, Conway was spectacular. Helped the Hawks battle back. The pitch from Gonzalez. Swung on, lifted, foul territory, right side. Count sits at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Carson Tucker waits on deck. But Nick Wallerstedt on the season. 447 batting average, so swinging a hot bat. The pitch. Missed up high with a fastball, and it is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count is full. We welcome those of you who were watching in with us last night as the Hawks got their 3rd victory of the season as Wallerstedt swings and misses. Gonzalez has his first strikeout of the ball game, and there is one away. Last night, the Hawks beat their crosstown rivals, the Gilbert Tigers. Final score 11-5 in that one. Mason Trail pitched 6 great innings, 8 strikeouts. And now the Hawks are back at it. Carson Tucker, the shortstop now. The pitch from Gonzalez. Carson squares around a bunt. The count 0-1. Tucker either went around or that pitch was a strike. But another windy day here in Gilbert. The wind was definitely picking up last night, helped the ball carry a little bit. That one's fouled off third base side, and it is 0-2. Well, on deck waits Ethan Long, arguably the biggest threat for this Mountain Pointe team, committed to the University of Arizona before he was even in high school. Back in 7th grade, the Wildcats gave him an offer he accepted. Talked to Ethan a couple of weeks back. He said that there's been some other schools as well that have wanted him to come by, as that one's grounded right back to Gonzalez. He fires on to first, and there are 2 away. And now it's Ethan Long. Again, Long, arguably the most talented player on this team. On the season, he was kept out of the last matchup between the Hawks and the Pride due to eligibility rules. Transferred over from Mesquite. Long fouls one off, and it's 0-1. Definitely a tough out. Gonzalez is going to have his best stuff. Ethan Long on the season. He's played in just 4 games, but his average, a big .545. The 0-1. Behind Long, almost hit him. And the count is 1-1. Beautiful afternoon for baseball. Mid-70s today. Wind blowing out to right field. Gonzalez sets with the man on third. The pitch. Curveball up and in, and it hit Long. And it'll be first and third now. Almost hit Long in the face. Long seems to be okay down there at first base. Well, must have hit him in the left shoulder there. And now it's Jacob McKeon, who in the first inning of the last time the Pride and the Hawks played each other, hit a 3-run home run. So a power threat out of that 5 spot. McKeon in that game was hitting cleanup. Gonzalez first and third with 2 outs, sets on the rubber, and now delivers. Missed outside for a ball. Jacob McKeon in 24 games hitting .429. And aside from that 1 home run a couple of weeks back, he's hit 4 others. His total is 5 on the year. Another big bat in that Pride order. Gonzalez sets the 1-0. Right back up the middle, but Caleb Herbert, a nice dive, and he makes the play to end the threat. Caleb Herbert, an alert play behind the second base bag. Nothing comes across for the Pride. The score is 0-0. The Hawks will have Connor Webster, Trey Cutchin, and Lucas Hamza to lead things off when we come back. Back for the bottom half of the first, where Connor Webster will lead off. He's playing shortstop today. Craig Cutchin hits second, plays first base. Lucas Hamza hitting third, playing third base. Dakota Thornton playing right field and cleaning up. Caleb Herbert hits fifth, plays second base. Alec Deaton, the center fielder, hits sixth. Connor Cullimore, the left fielder, hits seventh. Tanner Score, the catcher, eighth. And Mason Trail rounds it out, the DH, hitting ninth. And Connor Webster stepping in now. In the leadoff spot where he's been a couple of times this year. He takes the ball there from today's starting pitcher. That's Connor Murphy. Murphy working quickly the pitch. Misses up, and it's 2-0. 2-0 in there for a strike, a fastball, and it's 2-1. Murphy on the year. As Webster flies one into center field, Nick Wallerstedt battling the wind makes the play, and there is one away. Now it's Trey Cutchin, who has been moved up to the 2 spot lately, this week actually. Missed outside for a ball, 1-0. That one's in there for a strike. On the year for Murphy, a 2.91 ERA as Cutchin pops that one up right side. And the third baseman Weaver is there. There are 2 away. 2 quick outs for Connor Murphy. And now it's Lucas Hamza. Hamza's had a hot stretch of games. And he'll face Connor Murphy with 2 out here. Murphy misses inside with the breaking ball. And it's 1-0. Murphy working quickly out of the windup. The 1-0 on its way in there for a strike. Yesterday, Hamza doubled and scored. Otherwise, 2 strikeouts and a lineout. The pitch from Weaver inside with the breaking ball, and it is 2-1. For Murphy, 2-0 on the year in 11 appearances. This is just his 3rd start, according to Max Preps. 1 complete game, however. Murphy has pitched 21 2/3 innings, giving up just 17 hits on the year, 9 runs, all of which earned, as Hamza fouls one back. The count is now full at 3-2. 9 walks and 7 strikeouts on the year as well for Murphy. The payoff pitch on its way. Swung on, lifted, foul, right side. Dakota Thornton waits on deck. He would be next. But for now, it's Lucas Hamza. The 3-2. Swung on, lifted into left field. But left fielder Joel Adamson is there. He puts it away for the final out of the inning. So after a quick first inning on both sides, nothing doing for either team. Score tied at 0, the Pride will have Sebastian Salice to lead things off in the top of the second against Adam Gonzalez right after this. Back now for the top half of the second inning after no runs came across in either of the half innings in the first. It's Sebastian Salais, the Pride second baseman. He'll lead things off against Adam Gonzalez, who worked a relatively quiet first. A single and a hit by pitch, but got out of it as that one's fouled away by Salais, and it's 0-1. In the last meeting, Sebastian Salais reached base twice, a double and a hit by pitch. Looking for his first hit today. The pitch from Gonzalez. Swung on, grounded to the second baseman. That's Herbert. He fires on to first, and there is one away. And now it's the pitcher, Connor Murphy. The Pride electing not to use a designated hitter this afternoon for Murphy. On the year, Murphy hitting an even .500. But don't let that deceive you, as Gonzalez misses away just 9 plate appearances, 6 at-bats. So he's 3 for 6 on the year. He's scored 4 runs. And he's got a double to his name. Gonzalez's pitch misses outside, and it is 2-0. Gonzalez sets the 2-0, misses up high. And it is 3-0 now. Andrew Collins, the Pride catcher, waits on deck. Ball 4. And now it's Andrew Collins, excuse me. And he'll have the chance with the man on. Collins, the 8th hitter in the order for Mountain Pointe. And after the one-out walk by Murphy, we'll see if the bottom of the order can make something happen for the Pride. Gonzalez from the stretch now, looking in for his sign from Tanner's score. As the wind picks up a little bit. Last time out, Andrew Collins against the Hawks was the designated hitter. Hit 5th in the order. Had 2 singles, came across to score a run. Also had a sacrifice fly, also grounded into a double play. Today, Collins doing the catching. And Gonzalez steps off. Gonzalez looks back to first. Now he's ready. Runner goes. Pitch misses inside. Throw down to second in time. And they got him. A nice tag put down by Caleb Herbert. And second base comes out of the ground. Now there are 2 away. That's a big out for Adam Gonzalez, as Murphy is caught stealing. And the count, I believe, is now, let's see. I believe it is 0-1. That's what it reads on the scoreboard. And now a couple members of the Hawks are going to have to come out and fix second base out there, as Murphy popped the bag out of its slot. Something you don't see happen very often, but just another one of the oddities of baseball. Looks like second base is back in the ground now. And we're ready to go. Court Myers coming out and helping the team out with a little groundskeeping on the field. No balls and 1 strike. That pitch missed away, and it is now even at 1-1. Gonzalez works solely from the stretch. So that one missed in the dirt and bounces to the backstop. Count moves to 2-1. We won't see Gonzalez go out of the windup very often here. But on the season, Gonzalez. That's a curveball, drops in there for a strike, and it's 2-2, caught the outer edge. Gonzalez, a 4.85 ERA, 1-0. 16 hits, 14 runs, 9 of those runs earned. Another curveball, but Collins catches up to this one, lines it into right field where Dakota Thornton is there and waiting, and the side is retired. So a pitcher's duel thus far through 1.5. It's 0-0. We'll head to the bottom half of the second, where Dakota Thornton will lead things off for the Hawks. We'll be right back. Bottom of the second about to get underway as the power-hitting right fielder Dakota Thornton steps in the box against Connor Murphy. First pitch from Murphy misses up for a ball, and it's 1-0. Dakota Thornton swinging a very hot bat as of late. 457 on the year, as that one caught the inside half, and it's 1-1. Yesterday, another 3-hit game for Dakota, as he grounds that one to the third baseman Weaver, who made a nice play to his right, fires across, and Dakota Thornton is retired. Johnny Weaver. Oh my goodness. Weaver, after he's done at Mountain Pointe, headed to Grand Canyon University in Phoenix. Made a college caliber play there to retire Thornton, and there is one gone. Now it's Caleb Herbert, the second baseman. Last night, Herbert had an RBI double in the first inning, gave the Hawks their first runs of the ball game. Swings and fouls one off there, and it's 1-1. Very windy up here again. 1-1 misses away. Scratch that. In there for a strike, and it's 1-2. The 1-2. Curveball missed high, and it's 2-2 now. Alec Deaton, the Hawks center fielder, on deck. He'll hit next. Murphy on the 2-2. It's low and away, and Collins can't stay in front of it. Count now full at 3-2. The payoff pitch. Swung on ground to the third baseman Weaver. Snags it on a hop, fires across, and there are two away. Now it's Alec Deaton, who also has one of the higher batting averages on the team, hitting .446 on the year. Squares around a bunt, pops it up third base side, but foul out of the reach of Johnny Weaver. Deaton, 25 hits, 11 runs batted in, 4 doubles on the season. And he likes to drop down that bunt. Not shy at all. The 0-1 on its way. Missed outside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. breaking ball that Connor Murphy couldn't get to go back over the plate. As Deaton drops down another bunt foul, and it's 1-2. Connor Cullimore, the Hawks left fielder, waits on deck. Cullimore last night, a big solo home run to start off the second inning. Wynn carried that one out to right center as Deaton takes low and away, count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deaton has proven to be a patient hitter this year. 2-2 misses away. Count now full. And Deaton pops one up third base side out of play. Count stays 3-2. Deaton on the season, 4 walks. He struck out 12 times, so could work his 5th walk here if he is as patient as he has been. The 3-2. Swung on, lifted on the infield. And that's the shortstop, Carson Tucker. He's there, and the side is retired. So again, nothing doing for the Hawks in the second inning. Score still tied at 0. We will be right back for the top of the third. Joel Adamson, the 9th hitter in the Pride order, the left fielder today, will lead off the top of the third inning. He squares around to bunt, pulls back. And was that called a strike? Apparently the Hawks aren't sure either because they haven't updated the scoreboard yet. That one swung on. Grounded deep in the hole to the shortstop Webster, and he won't have a play on Adamson. An infield single to start things off in the third. And now it's Johnny Weaver back at the top of the Pride order. Weaver, his first time, a single and a stolen base. We mentioned earlier that Weaver is on his way to Grand Canyon University in the heart of Phoenix as soon as his high school career is over, as Gonzalez steps off. Weaver hitting .387, 99 plate appearances. He's steadily been their leadoff man this year. 29 hits, 17 runs batted in. 5 doubles and 5 homers. Gonzalez sets and picks back over to first. Adamson back safely. For the Hawks at the top of this pretty potent Pride order, a double play would be pretty nice as Gonzalez throws back over. A lot of chatter going down in the Mountain Pointe dugout every time Gonzalez throws over. It's a thing about high school baseball that never gets old. Camaraderie of the team. Now it looks like the home plate umpire has asked the Pride bench to stop, so not sure what exactly they were saying down there, but now the Pride third base coach is going to come over and have a word. Still no balls, no strikes to Weaver. The pitch. Swung on, lifted right side. Let's see if it's playable for Cutchin. It is not. It's into the Mountain Pointe bullpen. And count is now 0-1. Again, Weaver his first time, a single and a stolen base. Advanced to third, but never came around to score. Gonzalez sets now, the 0-1 to Johnny Weaver. Curveball on the inner half, and it's in there for a strike. It's 0-2. Gonzalez sets. Gonzalez does this thing where he looks back to second base before he pitches, as that one's grounded to the shortstop. Webster on a 2-for-1, but it gets away from Cutchin on the throw from Herbert, so let's call that a 6-4 fielder's choice there. Couldn't complete the double play. And they get the lead runner in Joel Adamson, but Johnny Weaver and his speed are aboard. Now it's Nick Wallerstedt. Wallerstedt his first time struck out swinging. The only strikeout Gonzalez has registered in this one. Gonzalez throws over. And I guess what the Mountain Pointe dugout was saying every time Cutchin would throw back to Gonzalez is the word no. They'd say it in unison. Weaver taking off, and a nice hit and run there by Wallerstedt. Drops one into right field. Weaver will safely advance to third base. And some timely hitting by Wallerstedt. And it's first and third with one away. That's the way it's done. Take that outside pitch to right field when the runner takes off for second base. It gets down and you're in business. And now it's Carson Tucker, the shortstop, his first time. Grounded out to Adam Gonzalez. A hard hit ball right back to Gonzalez. Knocked his glove off. Was able to recover and throw on to Cutchin for the out. Gonzalez waits the pitch. Curveball missed up, ball one. Dangerous Ethan Long waits on deck. Didn't have a chance to do much in his first at-bat as he was hit by a pitch. Got hit in the left shoulder. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Gonzalez sets. Throws back to first. And Wallerstedt is in there safely. It's not very hard for the Pride's top of the order to get on base. They did it a lot against Highland the last time out. Curveball dropped in at that time. Very nice pitch there. And it's 1-1. The Mountain Pointe Pride, the Mountain Pointe side didn't like that one. But it's a strike nonetheless. Another one there. Fouled off and the count is 1-2. Gonzalez likes to rely on that curveball. Had it working his last start. He sets now on 1-2, throws back to first, and Wallerstedt back. Everything is elementary. Carson Tucker, 446 on the year, 33 hits, 25 runs batted in. Missed away there, did Gonzalez. He's also doubled 9 times, tripled 6 times, and he's gone yard once. 2-2 now. Curveball lifted into left field. And they're there to get it. Throw in will be cut off by the third baseman, Hamza. And the first one of the ball game comes home on the sacrifice fly by Carson Tucker. And now it's the right fielder, Ethan Long, with a runner on first and 2 away. Nice job by the left fielder, Connor Cullimore, to make that play. Throw sailed a little bit. Looked like it was going to make it to the plate originally, but died down a little bit, possibly a little bit of wind kicking it back. Long lifts one into center field on the first pitch. Deaton is there. And he puts the squeeze on it, and the side is retired. 1 run comes across on the sacrifice fly by Carson Tucker. But that's it. It's a 1-0 ball game. The Hawks will have a chance to counter when we come back. Connor Cullimore will get us started in the bottom of the third. As we mentioned in the second inning, Connor Cullimore went yard in yesterday's game, a solo shot out to right center field. It's been heating up as of late. Takes a strike on the inside half there from Connor Murphy, and it's 0-1. Swings and misses, and it's 0-2. For Cullimore on the season, just 164. But again, yesterday, a good game, was on base twice, including the home run. 0-2 taken outside, and it's 1-2. Good waste pitch there by Connor Murphy. Curveball, strike 3 swinging. And the catcher Collins throws the ball over Weaver's head on the around the horn, but that doesn't matter as Cullimore goes down swinging for the first out of the inning, and now it's Tanner's score. Score consistently hits 8th in the Hawks order. Started the game behind the plate yesterday, and then came in to get the final out of the game for the Hawks. Yesterday he reached twice, once on an error and again on a walk, otherwise 0 for 2. Did score twice. That one misses outside, and it's 2-0. Murphy's 2-0. Looked like it was in there, missed low and away. And it's 3-0 now. We'll see if Score has the green light. I would think not. And he doesn't, as that one's in there, right over the plate, a fastball, and it's 3-1. Murphy working quickly, the 3-1. It's low ball 4. And Tanner Score has himself a 1-out walk. Mason Trail at the plate. Trail also another one of the Hawks who's been getting on base consistently at the bottom of the order. Yesterday, Trail, the starting pitcher, as he takes a strike there. Yesterday, he didn't get on base. However, in Tuesday's 15-14 loss against Desert Ridge, reached a couple of times, had a single, came around to score in the second. Murphy from the stretch. Swung on and fouled back. Count is 0-2. This is the first time we've been able to watch Connor Murphy out of the stretch position. He retired the first 7 that he faced, scored the first base runner for the Hawks. Trail lifts one, shallow right field. Ethan Long coming in, makes the play. And there are 2 away. Now it's Connor Webster, the top of the order for the Hawks. His first time up, he flew out to the center fielder. That's Nick Wallerstedt out there. Weaver, a strong throw over to first, not in time to get the speedy Patterson. Pitch inside to Webster, almost hit him. But must have missed him by a couple of inches. The count is 1-0. Nice for the Hawks to get that run back. Webster takes a strike. If you're just joining us, it's a 1-0 ball game. Pride scored on a sacrifice fly by Carson Tucker, scored Johnny Weaver. And that's where we stand. Not much doing on the offensive side of things today. Adam Gonzalez pitching a very good game thus far for the Hawks. 1 run, it was earned, so. That one missed in the dirt, blocked by Andrew Collins, and it's 2-1. And for the Hawks, if Adam Gonzalez can keep dealing the way he has been, gives them an opportunity to get back in this game. Breaking ball that missed inside to Webster. 3-1. Hitter's count here for Webster at the top of the order. Might see a fastball in the zone. Let's see. The 3-1 from Murphy. Webster lifts it. Left side. Does Weaver have room? He did, but it dropped to the turf. Count now full at 3-2 with 2 outs. We'll see Patterson take off here. Well, the wind definitely caught up to that one for Johnny Weaver. Weaver normally a pretty sure-handed third baseman down there, but this time just couldn't control the wind. Well, nobody can control the wind, but couldn't corral the ball up in the wind, I should say. The 3-2. Patterson takes off, swung on, lifted into left field. Foul ball. Webster made some good contact there, excuse me. Just couldn't keep it fair. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Patterson was off with the pitch. He will be off with this pitch as well on 3-2. Trey Cutchin, the first baseman, waits on deck. Payoff pitch. Swung on, foul back, and Webster stays alive. Connor Webster yesterday reached on a single and a walk. 3-2. And Murphy throws back to first base and Patterson back in time. Patterson doesn't seem to get very tired diving back into first base. 3-2 inside and behind Murphy. The ball gets away from Collins. And Patterson's going to take third. The throw in time. Did they get him? No, he did not. Patterson snuck in under the tag. Johnny Weaver thought they got him. And Patterson takes third on the pass ball on the walk. No argument from the Mountain Pointe dugout, so they must not have much to say about it. Patterson got under the tag. Weaver couldn't get it down in time. And now it's first and third for Trey Cutchin. Cutchin lifts one into right field deep. Is it going to get over? Long's hit off the wall in right field. 1 run scores. They're going to send Webster around third. The throw into second. Cutchin is in, and it's a 2 RBI double for Trey Cutchin, a 2-1 lead for Highland here in the bottom of the third. Trey Cutchin got into one there from Connor Murphy, almost carried out of here. I'm sure Cutchin and the Hawks will take a 2 RBI double as they now lead it by 1. And now Lucas Hamza, he takes a curveball away, and it's 1-0. One on its way, miss outside, 2-0 now. Two-0 missed as well, and now it's 3-0 to Hamza. Hamza playing third base for the second straight game today. That one missed inside and gets away from Collins again. Cutchin rounding third, and Hamza's going to take second, and he's safe. So the pass ball really biting the pride in the butt here early, as now Cutchin is at third, and Hamza takes second on the walk and the pass ball. Now watch out for Dakota Thornton. Thornton, his first time up. Grounded out to Weaver. It was that nice play that Weaver made to his right side. Went down into a slide. Got up, threw across his body, and got Thornton at first base by about a step and a half. We'll have a mound visit here. And the Hawks will talk about things down the third base line. Hamza, Thornton, and Cutchin all down there with manager Scott Cook, also serves as the third base coach. Home plate umpire is going to head out to the mound and see what's happening out there, as now the inning is over. And now it's Dakota Thornton who steps in the box. 2 in scoring position, 2 out. And they're going to intentionally walk Thornton to get to Caleb Herbert here. A lot of respect to Dakota Thornton, who has taken the pride yard. Thornton hit his first home run of the season at Mountain Pointe in that 16-9 victory. Now the bases are loaded for Caleb Herbert with 2 out. First pitch from Connor Murphy inside, almost hit Herbert. And it's ball 1. Caleb Herbert, by the way, the 8th man to come to the plate here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Missed up there too, and it's 2-0. Looking in now on 2-0, the pitch from Murphy. Swung on, grounded to Weaver at third base, who fires onto the second baseman, Silice. And the Hawks leave the bases loaded, but not before a 2 RBI double by Trey Kutch, and the Hawks have a 2-1 lead. We'll head to the 4th right after this. Jacob McKeon will start things off for the Pride in the top of the 4th against Adam Gonzalez, who now is out there with a 1-run lead. It's 2-1 Hawks after the 2 RBI double by Trey Kutchin. McKeon takes a curveball for a strike, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 from Gonzalez. Missed inside. McKeon almost offered at it, but he held up, and it is 1-1 now. McKeon is first at bat. Line out to Caleb Herbert. And in this at-bat, flies one to right field. Dakota Thornton battling the wind a little bit. And he makes the play, almost a circus catch out there. But Thornton able to reel it in, and there is one away. Now it's Sebastian Sulais, who grounded out his first time to Herbert. First pitch swinging down the third base line. And it's foul, 0-1. Sulais on the season, hitting .267 coming into play today. 16 hits, 14 runs batted in. 5 doubles, 2 homers. Swings and misses there, and it is 0-2. Pitcher Connor Murphy waiting on deck. He will hit next. Gonzalez sets on 0-2 the pitch inside, and it's 1-2. The 1-2. Swung on right side. That's going to get down for a base hit. Slice around first, but he'll stay there as Thornton gets to it quickly. And it's a one-out single for Sebastian Slice. Now Connor Murphy will have a chance to help himself out as he finds himself down by a run. Gonzalez has pitched well with runners on base thus far. First pitch swinging there for Murphy into the right center field gap. That one's going to get down. Slice rounding third. They're going to send him in to score. The throw to the plate, it's going to be close, and it's way over Score's head. And the Pride have tied it up. An RBI double by the pitcher, Connor Murphy. And that's a big deal for him, as now he's got himself a tie ball game. And coming into the game to run is Cole Jackson. Andrew Collins at the plate now. His first time up, he flew out to Thornton in right. That was to end the second inning. We're now here in the fourth. Collins takes the ball, and it is 1-0. Joel Adamson is on deck, and barring a double play, he will hit next. Gonzalez steps off, and we'll do it again. And now, a little bit of confusion out there on the mound from Adam Gonzalez. Tanner Score is going to head out to the mound and make sure signs are all right. Lucas Hamza, the third baseman, also in on the meeting. Let's see, are we ready to go? Score setting up outside. Now moves back in. Gonzalez ready. The 1-0. Missed up high, and it is 2-0. Joel Adamson again waits on deck. He singled his first time. The 2-0. Swung on and missed. Big swing there by Collins. Possibly trying to go deep over the left field fence. But he waves and misses. It's a 2-ball, 1-strike count with 1 out. Connor Murphy at second after the RBI double. Gonzalez sets. Here's the 2-1. Nice block by Score as that one missed slow and in the dirt. 3-1 count. It'll be interesting to see what Adam Gonzalez goes with here on 3-1. He's confident in his curveball. But down 3-1, he might go to his fastball here. It is a fastball. And Collins fouls it off. Count now full at 3-2. 1 out in the inning. Ball game knotted at 2 apiece. 6 hits so far for the Pride, just 1 for the Hawks. That double by Cutchin. The 3-2. And they are called strike 3. Andrew Collins thought it was ball 4. And a big strikeout for Adam Gonzalez, his second of the ball game. And there are 2 away. And now with 2 away, it's Joel Adamson. He's going to have to bring Murphy around from second base if Mountain Pointe wants to lead back here in the 4th. Adamson swings, grounds one to the shortstop. That's Webster. He fires on to first, and a nice pick over there by Cutchin to keep it in front and retire the side. So Gonzalez surrenders an RBI double to the opposing pitcher, Connor Murphy, but that's it. It's a 2-2 ball game. Hawks will try to get one back with with Alec Deaton leading things off when we come back. Alec Deaton gets us started in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's a 2-2 ball game. Alec, in his first at-bat, popped out to the shortstop, Carson Tucker. He's attempted to drop down a couple of bunts. So Johnny Weaver at third, playing in on the grass. Takes a ball and it is 1-0. The pitch also missed away, 2-0 now. I mentioned it in Deaton's first at-bat. He's a patient hitter. He struck out 12 times this year, only walked 4 times, but he'll wait to get a pitch that he likes. He takes inside there, and it's 3-0 now. The 3-0 from Connor Murphy. And therefore a strike, and it's 3-1, a fastball right down Broadway. One is there. Oh, Deaton thought it was ball 4, tossed his bat, and home plate umpire called strike 2. So now the count is full, and Deaton's going to have to protect the 3-2. Inside ball 4, and Collins thought that was a strikeout, so some miscommunication at the plate possibly. Deaton works a leadoff walk. And now it's the left fielder Connor Cullimore, who struck out swinging his first time up. That was to start off the 3rd inning. A 3rd inning in which Hawks crossed 2 runners and sent 8 men to the plate, almost hit around. Cullimore, ooh, watch out. Squared around to bunt, and Murphy almost hit Cullimore in the head there. It's 1-0. Definitely something scary down on the field when you have a fastball coming right at your head, especially when you square around to bunt. I've been there before, and it's not pleasant. Safe to say that your life does flash before your eyes. The 1-0. Cullimore squares around to bunt. Bunts one down the first base side, but foul. Count even at 1. Murphy throws back over to first. Deaton back safely. Alec Deaton does have sneaky speed. He's stolen 2 bases on the year. They send him every once in a while on the hit and run as well. The 1-1. Collins throws over to first base, but Deaton is back safely. Gee, Andrew Collins, a little bit pick happy. Any chance he thinks that he has a play at a base, he'll take it. 2 balls and 1 strike to pitch. Miss low. Dangerous block there by Collins, who got down on 1 knee to block the pitch instead of both. That ball could have gone right through the wickets into the backstop, but instead it's 3-1. And that one's lined right at Weaver. Is Deaton going to be able to get back in time? No, he is not. They double him off first base. A 5-3 double play as Johnny Weaver starring over at the hot corner again. There are 2 away. Tanner Score now takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Unfortunately for the Hawks there, it was a hard hit ball to Weaver, who just has a very sure-handed glove down there at third base. Score takes a curveball outside, count even at 1. One missed low, and that's just what I was talking about. Collins again dropped down to 1 knee to block that ball, kept his left knee up, and the ball got right through his legs. And that one gets away from Collins as well. Count now 3-1. Murphy's 3-1 in the dirt, and Tanner Score has his second walk of the ball game. And now we'll have a meeting at the mound as Connor Murphy is done. So a pitching change for the Pride. We'll have that change for you when we come back. So the change for the Pride is the new pitcher, Carson Garner. Connor Murphy stays in the game and moves to left field. And Joel Adamson's day looks to be finished as he exits. Mason Trail at the plate. First pitch from Garner is low for a ball, and it's 1-0. Mason Trail in the third flew out to the right fielder, Ethan Long. 1-0 missed. Just kidding, it didn't miss. Caught the outside edge for a strike, and it's 1-1. One of the wider pitches today that Mountain Pointe or Highland has gotten from Garner there. That one missed away, and Patterson's going to be able to take second base. By the way, Ryland Patterson again into courtesy run for the Hawks. He advances on the pass ball. And Trail has now worked himself a 2-1 count. On the year for Carson Garner is 6.68 ERA, 0-2 in 7 appearances. As that one's inside, and it's 3-1. Garner 7 in the third innings, 12 hits, 9 runs, 7 of which have come earned. Just 1 walk on the year, and 10 strikeouts and 49 batters faced. And that one misses away for ball 4. So consecutive walks for the Hawks, and it's first and second for the top of the order and Connor Webster. Webster 0 for 1 on the day. Flew out in the first and walked and scored in the third. One of those 2 runs that the Hawks have up on the scoreboard. They'll have a chance with 2 men on and 2 away. Garner. Webster squared around the bunt, pulled back, and he takes a strike. Connor Webster is pretty due at the plate. Hasn't done much lately. As he grounds one through the left side there. They're going to send Patterson. Oh, nope, they're going to hold him. And a wise hold there by Scott Cook. That's a good throw there from the former pitcher, Connor Murphy. Definitely would have nailed Patterson at the plate. So the base is loaded now for Trey Cutchin, who has 2 runs batted in on the game. And now Cutchin, all of a sudden, an opportunity to get a couple of more RBI. Webster, a nice piece of hitting there, found an open spot in the infield and just drilled one through. Pitch misses there, and it's actually, it caught the zone, and it's 0-1. Apologize, folks. Garner sets the 0-1 on its way. Curveball inside. A lot of break on that pitch, and it's 1-1. I believe that's the first time we've seen the breaking ball from Carson Garner. Good time to use it. Garner throws back to second base. Worried about Trail out there. Cutchin up in a big spot here. 0-1, 2 outs, bases loaded. The pitch swung on, bounced to the shortstop, Tucker, and no play. Carson Tucker just ate the ball up, and a run comes home to score. Not sure what you ruled that. I think it's a single. We'll call it a single for what it's worth. But what matters is it's a 3-2 ball game, and the Hawks are back ahead here in the bottom of the 4th. And now it's Lucas Hamza. Hamza takes up high for a strike, and it's 0-1. A particularly wide zone today. Each team has gotten a couple of calls off the plate by a little bit. The 0-1. Breaking ball that Missed in the dirt. A nice block there by Andrew Collins to keep it in front. Count evens now at 1-1. Big spot here for Hamza. Hawks need as many runs as they can get here, as the offense hasn't been abundant in this one. Hamza takes a fastball low, and it's 2-1. Garner doesn't like the call. And the Hawks' third baseman is ahead. Garner looking in for the sign from Andrew Collins. He sets now at the chest. Kicks and delivers. Swung on, lifted foul territory. No room for Jacob McKeon as it's into the parking lot. And now the count is at 2-2 strikes. Hamza so far 0 for 1 with a flyout. He walked in his last plate appearance. And now a quick meeting at the mound between Collins and Carson Garner. It's a quick one as Collins is ready now. He jogs back towards home plate. We'll see what they go with here on 2-2. They'll try to retire the hard-hitting Lucas Hamza. Garner looking in now. Sets again at the chest. The 2-2. Swung on. Hit very hard, but very foul down the third base line. And it remains 2-2. If Hamza can keep that one straight, that's at least a couple of runs for the Hawks. Had home run distance, but way foul. 3-2 Hawks here in the bottom of the fourth. Bases loaded, the 2-2 for Lucas Hamza. And that's a balk. Carson Garner balks in a run, as now it's 4-2 Hawks, and 2 runners in scoring position with an open base for Lucas Hamza. Count still at 2-2. He shoots one through the right side, it might score 2. And he fouls one off there. Ethan Long out there in right field. Long also a pitcher. Long also plays a little bit of corner infield spots as well. But with Johnny Weaver over there at third, Mountain Pointe has decided to put their big slugger out in right field. Point of the matter is that Long does have a good arm out there. Hamza still locked in a 2-2 strike count with 2 outs against Carson Garner. The pitch. Swung on, fouled off. And we'll do it again. A long at bat here by Hamza. Staying alive, running Garner's pitch count up as much as he can. Totals thus far for each side: 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Mountain Pointe. 4 runs on 4 hits for your Highland Hawks. Wind blowing out to right field. We'll do it again on 2-2. Curveball outside. A nice eye by Hamza. And it's 3-2. And with first base open, the runners will not take off here. The payoff pitch inside, ball 4. And the bases are loaded for Dakota Thornton. And Thornton, who the Pride elected to intentionally walk last time, doesn't have anywhere to go this time. As now Collins is going to meet with Garner again. Unlike Major League Baseball, unlimited mound visits in high school games. There's no rule saying how many mound visits you can take in a game. Major League Baseball at 6, just implemented this season. But for high school, it's as many as you need. And just like that, we'll have another one. The infield will convene this time. And the pitching coach for Mountain Pointe will head on out to the mound while the manager looks to be walking towards home plate as if to make a change here. And we will indeed have a pitching change, so we'll have the change for you when we come back. The Hawks threatening with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Dakota Thornton at the plate. They lead it 4-2. We'll have the change in just a moment. Well, the new pitcher for Mountain Pointe is the lefty Ryan Aslamy. Aslamy on the season, a 4.12 ERA, 3 wins and 2 losses on the year, 7 appearances, 5 starts, 18 and 2/3 innings, 16 hits, 16 runs, 11 of which are of the earned variety, 13 walks and 16 strikeouts in 92 batters faced. Also worth noting that he's allowed 2 home runs, and it just so happens that the home run king, Dakota Thornton, is up at the plate. Big swing and a miss there on the first pitch. First strike 1. Big spot here for Thornton. He can really open this one up if he can get one up and over the wall. It's a 4-2 ball game. Aslamy steps off. Interesting to bring in the lefty against Dakota Thornton. Not sure which side he hits better against, but I believe all of his home runs against Desert Ridge came against right-handers. Thornton takes the ball there, and it's 1-1, and some barking from the Mountain Pointe dugout, as they're not sure where that one missed. Must have missed either low or inside, but it's a ball nonetheless. Count is at 1-1. Bases loaded for Thornton. The pitch. Curveball missed. 2-1. Ball 3. Now, facing his first batter out of the bullpen, Ryan Aslamy in danger of giving up his first walk. That walk would score a run, the 3-1. Swung on, fouled off. Thornton got a pitch that he liked, and it's 3-2. It's a fastball out over the outside part of the plate. Count now full at 3-2, and with the bases loaded, the runners will take off. Aslamy sets the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and Ryan Aslamy gets a huge strikeout, and the Hawks lead them loaded. It's a 4-2 ball game. The Hawks get 2 in the bottom of the 4th inning, and Adam Gonzalez will come out for his 5th inning of work when we come back. It's Johnny Weaver to start things off in the top half of the 5th for the Pride, who trail 4-2 here. Adam Gonzalez still out there. He missed inside, and it's 1-0. In 2 plate appearances thus far, as Gonzalez drops a curveball, but it missed 2-0. In 2 plate appearances so far, Weaver is single. He also reached on a 6-4 fielder's choice. Gonzalez sets the 2-0. Curveball outside, and it's 3-0. And with the zone, it's been called today. Not sure where that pitch missed. The 3-0. Curveball missed up high, and it's a 4-pitch walk for Johnny Weaver. Now it's the center fielder, Nick Wallerstedt. A swinging strikeout and a single so far. And with nobody out, this could spell trouble for the Hawks. Wallerstedt squares around the bunt and pulls back. Pitch missed for a ball. It's 1-0. Again, we saw the confidence that Gonzalez has in his curveball as he tried to drop it in on 3-0 on Weaver. To Wallerstedt, though, it was a first pitch fastball. The 1-0 on its way. In there for a strike. Count is even at 1-1. Well, if the Hawks were to hold on, it would be a season sweep of the Mountain Pointe Pride. Their only season sweep to date. One swung on, lifted into right field. And Thornton dives. Did he make the play? Yes, he did. A spectacular play in right field by Dakota Thornton. And Nick Wallerstedt walks back to the dugout in disbelief. Dakota Thornton, a diving catch in right field, and there is one away. It was a sinking liner. And Thornton was able to catch up to it, put his glove down, throw his body out in front, and he made the play. So now it's one out for Carson Tucker. Tucker so far. Ground out back to Gonzalez. And a sacrifice fly that scored a run back into third. Gonzalez sets with a fresh count to Carson Tucker. Throws over to first base, and Weaver is back in safely. Ethan Long on deck. Another throw over. Gonzalez checks the runner, sets now at the chest. Kicks and delivers. In there for a strike, it's 0-1. For a team, according to Max Preps, that is 14-10 overall on the year, Adam Gonzalez has handled this lineup pretty well. Not much doing for him so far. Just a sacrifice fly and an RBI double. They do have 6 hits, however. Just those 2 resulting in runs. Weaver takes off, and Tucker lines one down the third base line and fair. Weaver's going to have to hold up at second base, and it's a 1-out single for Tucker, and now it's Ethan Long with 2 men on and 1 out. And now it looks like the bag at second base has come out again. And the resident groundskeeper for the Hawks, Court Myers, super utility man on the field, also apparently a man of many talents off the field, as he tends to second base as it popped out of its spot again. And it looks to be back in there. It is Johnny Weaver out there. Gives it a couple of stomps with his left foot. And now Ethan Long digs in with 1 away. Big at bat for Long. 0 for 1 on the day with a hit by pitch. Lifted into left field and deep. And that one is gone, and Ethan Long knew it as soon as it was off the bat. It sounded good, it looked good, and Ethan Long sure as heck knew that ball was going to clear the left center field wall. It's a 3-run home run, and the Pride have regained a 5-4 lead in this one. Crowd here silent, with the exception of a couple of Mountain Pointe fans down the first base line, as Adam Gonzalez just left the pitch up there for Long to tattoo. And ladies and gentlemen, that's why as a sophomore he's already committed to the University of Arizona down in Tucson. And now it's Jacob McKeon, the first baseman. McKeon takes a couple of balls, and it's 2-0. Sebastian Salais now waits on deck. That one caught the outside edge for a strike. For Ethan Long, his 3rd homer of the year. Again, in just his 5th game. Long sees the ball well. Hits the ball well, obviously. So once fouled off, it's 2-2. Gonzalez sets, delivers. Missed up high with a breaking ball. It's 3-2. That one in the dirt, and it's ball 4. And now after the mound visit, Adam Gonzalez, after giving up the 3-run home run and the walk, he'll be finished for the day. It looks like they're going to bring in the left fielder, Connor Cullimore. We'll have the official change for you when we come back. Well, for the Hawks, it is Connor Cullimore as we welcome you back to this top of the 5th inning where Mountain Pointe has regained a 5-4 lead in this one. Cullimore comes in from left field to pitch, and now Drew Woody is out in left field. Cullimore inherits a runner on first base. And now Sebastian Salai is at the plate. He takes a strike, and it's 0-1. One out in the inning, however. That was a line out by Nick Wallerstedt. A nice play in right field made by Dakota Thornton. Cullimore kicks, delivers, and it's a curveball in the dirt. It's 1-1. Cullimore throws over to first base, and runner back safely. The pitch missed outside. Cullimore in some trouble, 2-1 count to Sebastian Slice, second baseman. He's singled already today. Missed outside again, and it's 3-1. Cullimore battling here. From the stretch, he sets, kicks and delivers. Swung on, lifted into right field. Thornton giving chase, makes the play, and there are two down. And now it's Connor Murphy. Connor Murphy, the former starting pitcher in this one, has since moved out to left field. A couple of relievers have come on since. They still like Murphy's bat in the game. He's got an RBI double in this one. Runner takes off from first, and it gets by score. And Jacob McKeon has a stolen base without a throw. And they're going to give him third base. Did the ball get under the... I wonder if the ball got under the fence. There's only one reason that they would give him third there. That would be if the ball went out of play. Interesting to see what the decision is there. Scott Cook's going to come out and discuss it. He jogs back to the dugout. And Jacob McKeon at third now after the, let's call it a wild pitch. And then a ball going out of play. 1 ball, no strikes. And that's a balk. And now McKeon comes across to score. That didn't take much. So a walk for McKeon. He stole second, got third as the ball went out of play, and then he's balked home by Cullimore. And it's a 6-4 ball game. Cullimore's pitch popped up on the infield, right side. Herbert will make the play, and the side is retired. But in the inning, the Pride get 4 back. It's a 6-4 ball game. Highland will try and counter when we come back. Caleb Herbert will lead us off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Hawks trailing by 2 after a 4-spot put up on the scoreboard in the top half by Mountain Pointe. Hawks will try to get at least 2 of those back. Herbert's going to try to get it started. Ryan Aslamy still out on the mound for Mountain Pointe. Got a big strikeout to end the 4th inning. Dakota Thornton was at the plate, left the bases loaded. Aslamy's 1-0 in there for a strike. Looked outside, but that pitch has been there all day. And now count knotted at 1. To the shortstop, Tucker. Turns him around a bit and throws across his body, across the diamond, and it's in time to get Caleb Herbert. A 6-3 ground out. And now it's Alec Deaton. Again, Johnny Weaver playing in on the grass at third. Protecting against that bunt single attempt. Aslamy's first pitch to Deaton misses up, and it's 1-0. Deaton's walked and popped out in this one. 0 for 1 on the day. 1-0 misses outside. Oh! That looked way outside from where we are, and we're right behind home plate, but the umpire said it's there. It's 1-1. That one's there as well, and it's 1-2. Feels like the strike zone just keeps getting wider and wider. The 1-2 from Ryan Aslamy to Alec Deaton. Fouled off at the plate, and it's 1-2. Deaton, while he's been very patient this season, also has the ability to battle during at-bats. He'll have to do that here. 1-2 from Ryan Aslamy. Curveball outside, and it's 2-2. Wasn't sure if that was going to be called a strike. That's been an interesting spot the whole game. The 2-2. Swung on ground to the third baseman, Weaver. Makes the play on a hop, fires across, and in time to beat Alec Deaton. There are 2 away. And now it's the pitcher, Connor Cullimore. Cullimore 0 for 2 on the day, strikeout swinging in a double play that he lined into. Takes a strike there from Aslamy, and it's 0-1. Aslamy's 0-1 misses in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Hawks looking for base runners. Swung on a miss by Cullimore, and it's 1-2. Tanner Score waits on deck. He would be next. Infield playing back for Mountain Pointe. 1-2. Grounded to the shortstop, Tucker, and it eats him up. And Connor Cullimore is aboard. And he's 6. And the Hawks have a little bit of life. Now it's Tanner Score as Ryan Casano comes in to run for Connor Cullimore. As has been the case all season, Casano the courtesy runner for the pitcher, and Ryland Patterson the courtesy runner for the catcher. And if Score were to reach here, Patterson would come on. Missed outside with a fastball, did Aslamy. And it's ball 1. DH Mason Trail waits on deck. 0-1 in there for a strike outside part. And if those pitches are strikes, Mountain Pointe's catcher Andrew Collins isn't doing a great job of presenting them as such. Same spot, and it's 1-2. It's been a generous call all day. And now scoring a 1-ball, 2-strike hole with 2 outs. I almost had Casano as they pick back to first, but he's back in safely. Good lefty move from Ryan Asselmy. Casano takes his lead, the 1-2. Curveball swung on and missed by Score, and the side is retired. Hawks still trail by 2. Connor Cullimore will try to keep it that way. When we come back. Connor Cullimore back out on the mound. Gets a generous strike there. I guess if you've been calling it all day, you got to keep calling it. It's 0-1. It's the catcher Andrew Collins at the plate for the Pride. That one missed inside. And it's 1-1. Pitcher Asselmy on deck. Cullimore misses outside there, and it's 2-1. Cullimore taking his time now from the stretch. Curveball missed up and away. Three 3-1 in there for a strike, and the count is now full. The 3-2. Swung on, foul back. Andrew Collins on the day, 0 for 2, a flyout and a strikeout swinging. The 3-2. Swung on, popped up, foul territory, right side, out of play. Count remains 3-2, no outs in the inning. Here in the top of the 6th. And now a stoppage of the action. Umpire getting a little restless behind the plate. Not sure what's going on, but maybe it was the third base dugout. And that misses ball 4. So leadoff walk for Andrew Collins brings up the pitcher, Ryan Aslamy. And now we'll have a mound visit as Highland pitching coach will come out and talk to Connor Cullimore. Cullimore has a tendency of letting innings get away from him. So a ground ball here for 2 outs would definitely help his cause and definitely help the Hawks' cause too. He'll face Aslamy, his first at-bat in the game. Aslamy hitting just 100 on the year. 1 for 10. Squares around to bunt, pulls back. And that's ball 1. Very questionable strike zone today as the pitch that far off the plate to a right-handed hitter is a strike, but apparently to a left-handed hitter it's not. That one gets away from score. It's in the dirt, and it's 2-0. Ryan Aslamy looking to possibly put down a sacrifice bunt. We'll see what the call is here on 2-0. Lucas Hamza playing in on the grass, now backing up to the edge. Cullimore throws over to first base, and Collins is back safely. Actually, scratch that. That is a courtesy runner in for Mountain Pointe. Not sure who, but we will get you that name as soon as we can. Cullimore set. 2-0. Aslamy lays down a bunt down the third base line, but foul. And it's 2-1. Aslamy squaring around, Hamza crashing at third. Pitch. Foul ball, and it's 2-2. Will that force Aslamy to swing the bat here? We'll see. Hamza's still going to play on the lip of the grass. And a 2-2 count. Runner on first for Ryan Aslamy. Nobody out. He'll square around. Cullimore steps off and throws back to first. Runner back safely. Two hours into this ball game. Just about 6:05 here in the Valley. Aslamy lays down a bunt, pops it up, and Hamza makes the play, and there is one away. And now back to the top of the order for Johnny Weaver, who, for what it's worth, has been relatively quiet today after coming in hitting .387 on the year. He's reached all 3 times he's been at the plate, but has only scored twice. Once on the home run by Ethan Long, again on the sac fly back in the third by Carson Tucker. Cullimore misses up, and it's 2-0. Scratch that. Count is 1-0. Cullimore sets now. Lifted into center field. Deaton to his left, coming in now, makes the play. And there are 2 away. And now it's the center fielder, Nick Wallerstedt. Wallerstedt on the day, 1 for 3. A single back in the third. Struck out swinging in the first and lined out in the fifth. Runner goes, and it gets past score. He'll take a turn. It was a big turn around second base by the courtesy runner. Still not sure who exactly that is out there. Might be freshman Tyler Kearney, number 11. But it's a 1-0 count to Nick Wallerstedt. Cullimore could use an out here, especially the man in scoring position now. The 1-0 on its way. And it hit Wallerstedt. And now it's Carson Tucker. And now if you're Connor Cullimore, you really need to get this out so as not to load the bases for Ethan Long. Long, if you're just joining us or joined us after the fact, hit a 3-run home run in his last at-bat. A towering shot to left center field. That one in there for a strike. Big strike one for Connor Cullimore. He sets now. First and second, 2 outs. Cullimore steps off. Looks to second, but no play back there. The 0-1. Curveball lifted into center field. Deaton's going to have to give chase. It gets down in front of him. Comes up throwing. And it's cut off by Trey Cutchin in front of the mound. Run comes home to score. It's an RBI single by Carson Tucker. And it's a 7-4 ball game. And now it's Ethan Long. Again, Long in his last at-bat. A 3-run home run. This one right side that time. Watch out, cars. That one's into the parking lot down the first base line. Count is 0-1. Cullimore sets, looks back the runner at second base. That's Wallerstedt. And he steps off. The 0-1 to Ethan Long. In the dirt. Count back even at 1. Cullimore sets. A 1-1 on its way. Swing and a miss. Good pitch there, low and away. And Long couldn't make contact, and it's 1-2. The pitch in the dirt. Score stays in front of it. Now the runner scoots back to second base. Wallerstedt was about a third of the way between second and third base. Wise of score not to throw down there with 2 outs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ethan Long at the plate with 2 men on. 2 outs. The pitch. In the dirt again. And the count is full at 3-2. Runners will be off with the next pitch. The payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Inside half, and Ethan Long goes down looking. However, Mountain Pointe gets 1 back. It's 7-4, and we will head to the bottom of the 6th. Hawks need 3 to tie Mason Trail will lead things off when we come back. Well, it's still Ryan Aslamy out on the mound for Mountain Pointe. And there's nobody warming in the Mountain Pointe bullpen, as his first pitch to Mason Trail in the bottom of the sixth is in there for a strike. So you got to think that Aslamy might be the guy that Matt Denny's going to go with for the rest of the ball game over on that first base side. Trail takes the ball and it's 1-1. Missed low there and it's 2-1. Two on, swung on and lifted. Right behind the shortstop Tucker. It'll be the center fielder Wallerstedt coming in, and he makes the play. And now it's Connor Webster. Webster 1 for 2 on the day with a walk. Webster needs to make something happen here for the Hawks. Just 5 hits on the ball game. Missed outside did Aslamy, and it's 1-0. Swing and a miss by Webster, and it's 1-1. 1-1 offering, misses inside, almost hit Webster in the feet. Had to kick his right leg out the way. Count 2-1. Outside. Oh, nope, that was a strike. 2-2. Again, that outside call. Counts even at 2. Pitch from Aslamy. Called strike 3. And Connor Webster is down on strikes, and there are 2 away. Now it's Trey Cutchin. Cutchin 2 for 3 on the day. Really has provided most of the offense for Highland in this one. Mines one down the right field line, but foul, and it's 0-1. Aslamy wants the ball and wants to get back to work. He's in a groove right now, working quickly against Cutchin. Gets his sign, and he's ready, the 0-1. Cutchin squared around to bunt, missed, and it's 0-2. The 0-2 to Cutchin. Outside in the dirt. And it's 1-2. Lucas Hamza, the third baseman, would hit next. Here's the pitch. Curveball that missed low and away again. Count even at 2. Ball 3, and now it's full with 2 outs. Aslamy, a very emotional pitcher out there on the mound. When he got that strikeout against Dakota Thornton, he was pumped up. And now out on the mound trying to get this strikeout against Cutchin. He's pretty excited. That one grounded right back to Aslamy. He'll take it himself. And the inning is over. Mountain Pointe still leads by 3. They look to pad that lead in the top of the 7th. And Connor Cullimore heads out to the mound. We'll have it for you when we come back. Jacob McKeon will start off the top of the 7th as Connor Cullimore overextended on a curveball. And it goes to the backstop. It's 1-0. McKeon thus far 0 for 2. He's also walked and scored. Cullimore missed up and away, 2-0. Hawks are going to need at least 3 in the bottom half to keep this one alive. And if the score holds at 7-4, they'll need 4 to walk it off. That one catches the bottom of the zone, and it's 2-2. 2-1, excuse me. Cullimore sets, kicks, delivers. Lifted foul, 2-2. Sebastian Solais waits on deck. 2-2 to McKeon. Blocked by score, and it's 3-2. Payoff pitch, missed away, ball 4. Leadoff walk for Jacob McKeon, his second walk of the game. And Sebastian Solais now will take an at-bat in the top of the 7th. Solais on the day, 1 for 3. He singled and came around to score. That one lifted, right side. Herbert dives, but he can't make the play. Great effort by the second baseman, Caleb Herbert. That one dropped into what they call the Bermuda Triangle. It's the place where the first baseman, the shortstop, and the right fielder all convene to try to make a play, but it drops right in. And that one there was the epitome of a ball that goes to die in Bermuda Triangle. Oh, 1. And Salai squaring around a bunt. Draws Hamza in at third. Cullimore throws over to first, and McKeon is back. Curveball missed away, 1-1. Well, for Highland, they are playing just to enjoy the game at this point. No, not really contending for the playoffs this year. In the bottom fourth of the AZ Preps 365 rankings. Cullimore keeps throwing over to first to try to get McKeon. McKeon doesn't seem to want to dive back in, just kind of steps back over to the bag. I guess Cullimore figures sooner or later, maybe they'll get him on that. The 1-2. Lifted into center field, Deaton. Back a couple of steps, but he's there. Makes the play. And McKeon retreats to first. 1 out now for the left fielder, Connor Murphy. Murphy on the day had an RBI double back in the 4th inning. That was to make it a 3-2 game. Excuse me, a 2-2 game. Cullimore misses there. It's a ball. The Pride, they keep showing bunt. Hams is playing on the lip of the grass still. Now a couple of steps back. Where did that pitch miss? Oh my goodness. That was a ball up and in apparently. And it's 2-0. Andrew Collins, the catcher, waiting on deck with his shin guards on. That went in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. McKeon takes his lead off of first. Cullimore throws over, and now McKeon diving back into the bag. The 2-1 from Cullimore. Runner goes. And right through where the shortstop Webster would have been playing had he not been covering. The steal thrown to third. Not in time, and Jacob McKeon is into third safely. It's a successful hit and run by Connor Murphy, and it's 1st and 3rd now with 1 away. Andrew Collins now 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. When he walked, he came around to score. That was last inning in the top of the 6th. Hawks trailing 7-4. 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Swung on, fouled back by Collins, and it's 0-1. Hawks need a double play ball here. Get them out of the inning and send them to the bottom half of the 7th, down by 3. Hamza, Thornton, and Herbert, the heart of the order, due up for the Hawks. 0-1. Outside for a strike. And again, I guess if you're going to call it all day, you got to keep calling it. That one definitely looked quite a bit outside, but it's a strike and it's 0-2. Cullimore sets, ready on 0-2. Curveball in there, strike 3 called. And the runner takes second base without a throw. And there are 2 away. Good choice by Tanner Score there not to throw down to second base, as McKeon likely would have come home to score. But after the called strike 3, it's the pitcher Ryan Asselmy. Asselmy a chance to help himself out here. Still nobody warming in the Mountain Pointe bullpen, so it's safe to assume that he's got the rest of this one for the Pride. Swings and fouls one off, third base side, back to the screen. It's 0-1. Asselmy, his first time up, popped out to Lucas Hamza at third base, trying to lay down a bunt. Cullimore sets on 0-1. Pauses, kicks, delivers. Curveball, swing and a miss. Now it's 0-2. Cullimore looks in for his sign from Score. He now sets at the hips. Looks back to second, now to home. Kicks, delivers. Swung on and missed. Connor Cullimore gets out of trouble. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th, where it's Hamza, Thornton, and Caleb Herbert. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the bottom of the 7th, the last chance for the Hawks as they trail by 3 against Mountain Pointe. Ryan Asselmy still on the mound for the Pride. He delivers a first pitch strike. Again, it's Hamza, Thornton, and Herbert. 0-1. Curveball in there for a strike, 0-2. Swung on line through the left side of the infield. And the Hawks have life. A leadoff single by Lucas Hamza. There's a man aboard for Dakota Thornton, who has a flair for the dramatic in late situations. Thornton now with a runner on first. Haslemy missed outside. It's 1-0. Two and 0. Again, Ryan Haslemy working quickly on the mound. Left-hander. Kicks and throws back to first base. Lucas Hamza back safely. And now Jacob McKeon's going to discuss things with Haslemy. Just wanted to give him the ball back. A little bit more of a personal interaction than throwing it back from first base, I guess. 3-0. Haslemy missed low and away with a fastball. And down 3-0. I think even Thornton has the take sign here. And it's ball 4. So 2 base runners with nobody out brings up Caleb Herbert. He'll have a chance to make something happen here in the bottom of the 7th. Herbert in the game, 0 for 3, all groundouts. He's got a chance with Hamza and Thornton aboard. And nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. He's a tying run. Haslemy looking in for his sign from Andrew Collins. Collins gives a sign. Haslemy sets. Herbert squares around a bunt, pops it up, and Collins makes the play. Just a bad job there of putting down the sac bunt by Caleb Herbert. A good idea, but bad execution. And there is one away. Very alert play there by Andrew Collins as well. And now it's Alec Deaton, the center fielder, with one away. And a double play could end it. Missed outside, 1-0. Connor Cullimore on deck. He would be next. 2-0. Big spot for Deaton. Two balls, no strikes, one out. That one catches the top of the zone, and it's 2-2. 2-1, excuse me. Two one inside, and it's 3-1. Deaton twisted out of the way. Now a hitter's count for him. The pitch. Swung on, lifted into center field. Wallerstedt a couple of steps to his right. Hamza fakes the advance, and there are 2 away. And now the last hope for the Hawks is Connor Cullimore. Cullimore today 0 for 2. He's reached on an error. Hamza takes off for third, and he's in there without a throw. And now it's first and third with 2 out. Cullimore still the tying run here. Haslemy looking in for his sign. Second base now open. The pitch. Curveball outside. And it's even at 1. One misses low. Big spot for Cullimore. 2-1. It's low 3-1. You gotta wonder what's going through the head of Connor Cullimore here. A 3-1 count with 2 outs, men on first and third. In there for a strike, and it's 3-2. And now the Hawks are down to their last strike, and Thornton will take off from first with the 3-2 count. The pitch swung on, ground ball to the shortstop Tucker. He collects, fires on to first, and the ball game is over. So Mountain Pointe earns a season split with the Highland Hawks. The final today, 7-4. The finals for today's ball game: 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors for Mountain Pointe, and for Highland, 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Adam Gonzalez comes away with the loss, and that's unfortunate because up until that home run that he gave up to Ethan Long, he was pitching a very good game. So Highland on the week 1 and 2. They get the win yesterday. That was against their crosstown rival Gilbert. And they'll play Gilbert again on Tuesday. We'll have that one on Mixlr. You can listen live at mixlr.com/HighlandHawks. That's mixlr.com/HighlandHawks. But for today, the Hawks drop a close one. It's 7-4 the final. For Bella Cisneros, Alicia Holm, and Denise Gonzalez, and all of the Hawk fans, my name is Jordan Lank. We thank you all for joining us tonight. Again, the final 7-4. We'll see you on Tuesday.